A parent who pulled his son from the fatal school caving trip says he emailed the school to warn them, but never heard back.
The damning revelation comes as the identity of the victim is revealed. Perry Wilton reports.
Kanan Ahorangi Petera. That's the name of the boy who tragically lost his life on a Whangarei Boys High School trip to Abbey Caves. His auntie described him on Facebook today as a beautiful boy. She said he's lying in state at home surrounded by loved ones. He'll shortly make his final journey to the Hokianga, where he'll lie at Pate Oromarai. Tributes to Kanan are piling up outside Whangarei Boys High School, but pain for some has given rise to sheer frustration over the fact the school greenlit the trip in the first place.
Complete disbelief and shock, to be fair, that they'd gone ahead and done what they'd done.
Scotty Booth's son was signed up to the same school outdoor activities group that Kanan was in. On Friday, the school wrote to parents saying, "Due to the rain forecasted for next week, we've had to modify the planned trips. Initially, we had rock climbing scheduled. This has been changed to caving." A few days later, and with the weather forecast unchanged, Booth made a potentially life-saving call.
And I said, well, he's not going. I said, regardless of what the school says, I'm not going to let him go. End of story.
Booth's family wrote to the school saying, "Are you still heading to Abbey Caves tomorrow with the weather forecasted?" But there was no response. And then came the news he'd been dreading all along.
And Sheree said, don't get angry, don't get upset, but look what's happened here. I'm like, oh, everything we thought would happen.
The potential dangers were even on the school website. The school lists drowning as a potential risk for caving and that operators should postpone the trip if water levels may be too high. Scotty Booth says the school ignored its own advice.
It's just not acceptable behaviour on the school's behalf. I just couldn't imagine what that family at the moment is going through.
And it's a sentiment shared.
I thought they should be learning Weather 101.
I think it was pretty crazy to go in there.
A series of investigations are underway into the incident.
The main charge will be failing to take reasonably practical steps to ensure the health and safety of teachers, workers and other persons, the children. If ultimately the Board of Trustees were found liable, I would expect that the fines and reparations would be higher than mid-400,000s.
A prosecution after the event doesn't always help, and I know that, but we have to learn from this.
Scotty Booth sending a formal complaint to WorkSafe, saying he just feels he has to do something.
Oh, very angry. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no need for a fatality under these circumstances. So, yeah, it could have been avoided so easily.
He's with us now. Kia ora, Perry. The school board has released a statement late this afternoon. What have they had to say?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Nearly 2 days after Kanan's body was found in those caves, the School Board of Trustees for Whangarei Boys High School has issued a statement. In it, they've expressed, quote, immense sadness over these events. They say that they've set up a welfare system for both students and staff. They say that they're working closely with the Ministry of Education and local iwi, and they say they're doing everything they can to support those investigations from the New Zealand Police and WorkSafe. But they also say that they're not going to be answering any questions from the media until those investigations are complete. We spoke to employment law expert Jennifer Mills, who you would have seen in that story, and she says that as these weather events become more extreme and more commonplace, these schools around the country are going to have to become more aware of just how important these risk assessments are.
Perry Wilton, live from Whangarei. Tēnā koe.